Okay. Welcome, Dio. Welcome, Marcel. We are about to go live into the magical world
The
of
wind can get stronger
Biomutant.
here due to the surf.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Right. Let me just switch over screens and you will see my mug. There I am. Looking mighty blue. Now, I'm hoping this goes without a hitch because we had some trouble last stream. That's the only options that you're missing because of my head. Settings and quit. So let's get back into the action. Now, I had a lot of good things to say about this game and a few bad things to say about this game before. The main problem I had was FPS before. Like, I was getting, like, in the first stream, maybe 20. But now I'm getting a good amount of FPS. I mean, it's actually a little bit laggy here. Now, that's fixable, I think. So I'm just going to, whilst we're rolling, just make sure that we've got everything closed that we can. Oh, hang on. Might have just closed the game. My screen has just disappeared. Right. And then that can stay on, that can stay on, that can stay on, that can stay on. Right, okay, so the game's reloading as we speak, but hopefully at a better FPS. Yeah, so the issues we had last screen were, I think I was getting genuinely like 20 FPS and it was painful. It was so painful. But we managed to resolve that with a system reboot. Now, I'm hoping that this time it's going to be okay. So let's just let the game commence. This bit is always okay. The lighting looks okay. I've got a bit of cap hair, but nothing I can do about that. It's just a side effect of being a captain. And then we're going to load this level 9 character. And this should take us in game. And hopefully I remain as smooth as I am right now, because before I was very robotronic, but we'll see.
Look out for the bigger creatures that
I think that looks good.
Here.
That looks good. I think we're good. Right. So, this dude has an exclamation mark above his head, so that means one thing. Talk to him. Now, we talked to him last stream, so I am not going to go through all of that again. I'm just going to make sure that this is interacted with, which it is. Perfect. And many thanks, Dio, for the audio check confirmation. And again, welcome, Marcel, our loyal compadre. Now, the good thing about this game, right? I can't state this enough. Games which are open world and have all of the quests on the map. Thank you so much for whoever does that, because honestly, the amount of games that don't do that, it's sad, and it honestly makes things so much easier. Like, you look at recent entries like Borderlands 3, you know, they've had so much time to make a game. Why not just have all the quest objectives on the map at once? But in Borderlands 3, you need to physically be tracking the quest to see the objective. Oh, it's frustrating. So, this game does not do that. And thank you to 101 and THQ for being people who do not do that. Okay, so audio levels are down, so hopefully it's not going to be too loud speaking. Let's just clobber this dude. Look at that. See, I've mastered this already. And there we go. Now, the game is very pretty. It is really, like, it's it's a next-gen game. I'll absolutely say that. And very warm welcome, Pedo TV, to the stream. Glad to have you here. I'm currently beating up these bad guys. We've got a good guy to speak to here. Just going to turn down the game audio ever so slightly. There we go.
Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues.
So,
As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village
one of my
to its
complaints,
knees
and one of the complaints that was registered on a lot of the forums and subreddits, etc., was the fact that the subtitler waits for this person to speak before translating what they say. Okay, I get the realism behind that, but it slows down the dialogue so much, so hopefully they do something about that in a hotfix, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so let's just go for the plague. And a lot of these options just seem a bit casual, so as if like our option doesn't affect the outcome of the conversation, so I'm a bit torn. Refresh my memory, what's next?
They need your protection and help to restore their village. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do.
So, I know what you're doing.
Shines on about how the Jagni can't handle Myriad's fantastic shine.
Okay, it's time for me to go. As long as it gives me the quest.
The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Sparkles about how brilliant it is to have someone like you that shares both genetics and karma in the Myriad spectrum.
Okay.
Doesn't believe you're such a fool.
Great, thank you.
Says you're welcome back.
Civilian, I don't even know who they are.
Asked you to help, and
Okay, I've got everything I need. I don't think I'm getting anything else out of that conversation. Right. Gather wood for the village. So that's all I have to do. So hopefully that demonstrates my point. There's a lot of dialogue for something so simple. She could have just said, we need wood because our village is burning. And that's it. But that's not what she did. So
it's a fresh morning.
we have... Oh, we've got mounts. So just in case anyone didn't watch the Prio stream, we get mounts in this game. Now, we've got a mech, we've got this lovely beast, we've got a water mount, which we were just on before, but the land mount is this one, and honestly, just going around this game world, I mean, look at it, it's just absolutely stunning. It's really, really nice. Right, let's see what we've got here.
Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans.
Okay, so I've got 3 planks from that. Now let's head this way. So yeah, we played, I think, about almost 4.5 hours of this game on the prior stream. Now, an hour of that was me struggling with the FPS. It was like 20. And then we managed to resolve that issue after restarting my computer and getting everything basically at a bare minimum level. And once it was at that level, it was fine. It was absolutely fine. And now you can see it's playing at a completely acceptable level. And when it plays like this, it is so fun. Like, seriously, it's really, really good fun. And it looks absolutely unreal. But when it doesn't play well, it's difficult to really get into it. So I need to get across the water, but you're limited for stamina. So you'll see at the top left, I've got a stamina meter. I think I'll drown. You can see how close I am to the shore now, but if you're not within walking distance, that happens. So it's like Breath of the Wild, where if you're not within the right distance, you get that come up. So it's a bit tricky, but when you get it right, it's it's a fun balance to try and get right. Now let's give this another go. So the build diversity is good. So if I go into my character, you'll see I've got character, Wung Fu, perks, aura, you've got all sorts. And then when you go into gear, we've got all these different parts. You've got back, main hand, offhand, legs, torso, right shoulder, head, and face. So every piece of item that you equip changes the look of your character, and that's really cool. Like, I really do appreciate when games do that. Now, I think we'll make it across this time. For some reason, I was low on stamina when I got into the water before. This time should be fine. So, let's swim across. And then, there we go. We're all good. So, I'm going to try and get around here. And then head to this waypoint over here. Now, just in case you're wondering about the map size, we have all of this land to explore. And to be honest, at first I thought, oh, it's quite small, but when you're walking around it, it actually feels quite big. So so far, I'm definitely a fan. So here's the next wood thing to chop down, so let's do that just now. And then we're getting directed over here. So honestly, it's a great game to look at, and we had a lot of fun in the secondary stream where we streamed for about 4 hours, so it was really good. Tonight, appreciate that I've started quite late, so it's not going to be as long as yesterday's stream. Dio, for example, has responsibilities outside of the stream, so I know he's probably tucking himself up in bed as we speak. But I've been out in the sun this afternoon and I look just as pale as I did when I went out before, so I figured, you know what, why not get in the game and enjoy a couple of hours before I go to bed. So that was the plan. Now, I'm wondering, we've got a summon system, so can I summon my Goo Glide? Maybe if I'm swimming? Yeah, there it is. Perfect. So I can actually summon my water mount whilst I'm in the water, which is really cool to see. Now, this game's got a lot of negative press recently. And I don't know, I certainly wouldn't say it's worth the rating that it's currently got on Metacritic. I've had a lot more fun in the game than the Metacritic review has given it. And the Metacritic obviously takes on board reviews from everywhere. So the reviews go from 95 down to like 60, I think, in the current state of the game. I would give it higher than that. I personally have had a lot more fun than a 70 rated game. I would give this, from what I've played so far, at least an 80. At least. And
this is hobby dunk.
That says a lot, because I wouldn't give an 80 out easily. Like, it genuinely says a lot. The game's really good looking. I really like the customization. I like how the items affect your character's look. That is a huge bonus. The combat's satisfying, and yes, there are performance problems that need to be fixed, but not enough to knock it below an 80 in my book. So I personally would not rate it below an 80. What I would rate it, pass. I don't really know. I couldn't give it a number just now, but it's not as low as an 80. Right, let's get up here. I tried bombing this balloon before, but it didn't go down. So let's head up and see what there. And Marcel, I totally agree. An 80 is very high. But I would absolutely, like, I would genuinely stand by an 80 at least. And even when I think about it, like an 80, I would at least an 80. Like, the only games I would give 90 plus to are Witcher 3, Skyrim, God of War, the most recent one, Horizon Zero Dawn, and maybe Assassin's Creed Odyssey is an 89, so that's kind of like the scale, if that makes sense. This I would give at least an 80, so it's probably low 80s, but it's 80s. The 90 pluses are the ones I've just mentioned, except for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is about an 89, I would say. So it's almost a 90, but not quite. And I probably would say that Witcher 3 is my all-time favourite, but it's really close between that and the latest God of War. Like, between them two, I don't know if I could pick a favourite. I really don't. Okay, so we have an upgrade station here. So I'm using this fly swatter at the moment. So let's see if we can modify it.
You
Quality.
don't have the right kind of scrap.
So what do we need? There's a lot of mystery stuff in this game. So we've got these cog things that we need. We've only got 2 of them at the moment. So if we get a 3rd one of them, we can upgrade this to that composite, which is cool. That'll upgrade, you can see in the far right corner, that'll upgrade the damage of the weapon. I really like games that just give you free roam control. I really, really like that in games. And they're not too repetitive. That makes a huge difference. Let's equip that one, please. So as you can see, it applies to the character. So in here we can upgrade the different parts. So the material, I mean, it costs 1 of each. I'd rather save them for the weapon. The currency in this game is leaves. So in the top right corner, you'll see I have 850. So I need to get more. This just looks like a floating crafting station, so we will leave it as it is and get down. Question to you, Marcel or Piero TV. If you could pick your all-time favourite game, what would it be? If you had to give your game the highest rating possible, what would it be? And I appreciate that's a big question. And sometimes it takes a little bit of thinking as I drown on screen. There we go. Because there's been a lot of good games, but there's also games that are good on a nostalgia basis. And when you replay them, you realise that they're not quite as good as you remember. I think a good example, see when I was growing up, I used to love playing games like Jak and Daxter, the Ratchet and Clank games, which I know are still going, and the new one looks phenomenal. By the way, I would love to see a new Jak and Daxter game. I used to absolutely love them games so much. But outside of that, I'm not quite sure. Played Tomb Raider a lot. The new games seem to follow the same formula, so perhaps a good example of a game which... Oh no, I'm drowning and I can't summon my water boat. Not again. So, as you can see, I'm really good at this game. The quality of games has gone up so much. I think it's so important for games to get the basic parts spot on now. And there's not enough games that do that at the moment. You need to have freedom, you need to have quality level design. Doesn't necessarily have to be open world. I love open world games, but if a game wants to offer me a linear path but be really fun in the process of doing so, I'm fine with that. So it's all about getting your focus on point and given the experience that you want to set out to give. And a lot of games get that wrong. By the way, I loved the latest Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's definitely up there for me as well. Despite the issues, it's up there for me as well. And
says you'll see each other later.
Now, you've mentioned Fallout 3 there, Marcel. So I've not completed. I think I've maybe done 3/4 of Fallout 3. I was a little bit late to the party for that one. I played out Fallout 4 probably for over 100 hours, and I can see where Fallout 3 would absolutely appeal
Back before the world was
to
ending,
a gamer,
they say they had hopes.
and where it got a lot
Harder
of
to
things
come
right
by
that
now.
Fallout 4 maybe didn't quite hit the same mark at,
Maybe
but
a
still
working
managed to
ray
deliver a
lighter
quality
would brighten
product.
things up a bit.
And then Fallout 76 is a whole different
Depends
kettle.
on how
And
you
it's
use
probably
it.
good that Dio's gone to sleep, because Fallout 76 is a very sore subject. But Fallout 4 I had a lot of fun in. But at the same time,
Figures it would be
I
easy
modded
if
it
was
a
on,
lot.
but you'll have
And I
to
mean
find it
a
first.
lot.
Figures the
So
ray lighter is too dangerous to leave lying
does
around.
that count? I don't know.
You should grab
It's
it
fun.
before someone
It's in the
else does.
80s again. Fallout 4.
Otherwise, they might wind up on the ray lighter's wrong end.
I'd quite like to know what your opinion is of Outer Worlds, Marcel. Because that seemed to be
Figures
a mixture of
Luke
New
Lupin is
Vegas
so strong, he
and
makes us all feel weak.
modern tech. Most I feel they could have
But
expanded on a
plainly,
few
where
areas.
you
I
can
still thought it
find
was a
a
thoroughly
strong
enjoyable
machine.
game.
A muscle squeezer.
And made by the same people, Obsidian,
That
so
sort of thing can make even someone like you stronger. Says it's a machine that makes your arms bigger. Once you find the muscle squeezer, you just got to figure out how to use it. It's all about moving heavy things, so you should be great at it. Maybe we can't all be like you, but you can be.
So we're picking up side quests. Now, a lot of people said that the game world was empty, but I've actually found a lot in these areas, and I'm picking up random weapons and stuff. I can't say I agree with it being empty at all. It really, and you've got areas to take over, like, I really, really think that this is the title that I can genuinely sink quite a few hours into. Okay, so we've got a quest here. Let's get the final pieces of wood. Yeah, Marcel. Yeah, we're on the same page with the Outer Worlds. I think the Outer Worlds has essentially given Obsidian a platform that didn't take a lot of risks with it. They kind of followed the formula that they did with Vegas, and that's fine. That's okay. But I hope that the reception to the Outer Worlds has given Obsidian that confidence to now push forward and create a title that makes more risks than the Outer World did, because the Outer World got what it did right, really right, but at the same time I feel as though there's more they can offer. So we'll have to see what they can bring to the table. And as you can see, I'm struggling to even make it across a river at the moment, so I
Sometimes you miss the
don't
sound
quite
of
get the swimming
breaking
mechanics in this.
waves.
Like, you can only
Sometimes
swim
you don't.
for seconds, and we've got a boat that we can literally see from where we're stood. It's over there by that yellow marker, but I don't know how. Oh wait, hang on, it's down here. But you can only summon it in certain places, which is a bit weird. Now let's get on it.
Metal ride.
But the Outer Worlds shows what they can do, but it just didn't take enough risks for me in terms of getting it elevated to like masterclass level. But given the fact that they've been bought out by Bethesda, sorry, not Bethesda, Microsoft, and Microsoft have obviously bought out ZeniMax, who own Bethesda. They're all on the same team now, well, or under the same leadership at least. We are in the realms now of where Obsidian could technically do or contribute towards another Fallout game. Or they could put their efforts into an Outer Worlds 2. ultimately that's down to Obsidian, Bethesda and Microsoft as to which option they choose. But knowing that they're under the same banner is a huge, huge deal, I think. And one which we will hopefully see the fruits of their labour for, because Obsidian are a really good studio, a really talented studio, and they
On your own 2 feet.
give you what you pointed out in Fallout 3 was a strong point, the choice. Like the choices that you can make and the impact that they
Glad
have.
to see some wood scrap there.
Obsidian are very talented with that sort of thing, so
It's an
to see them working together
all
again would be
alone without
absolutely
anyone
amazing.
in it. Yet.
As for what they'd make, I don't know what game world to choose. I don't know if they'd do a New Vegas 2 or if it would be a brand new map, but ultimately modern day tech can support a lot more than that, so you'd expect it to also be a bigger, more ambitious project, I would say. Open world games though, just I'm sold on them so much. And the amount that you can modify Fallout 4 is insane, and the amount of fun that you can have in it is great as well.
Says you'd
But
think
yeah,
with
the
world
possibilities are
dying,
definitely
everyone would
exciting.
Stop trying to figure out ways. Not so with Boom. He just keeps figuring out new splody things. The noise is awful, but the bust craters are even worse. Figures that's clear, which is what you should stay. Clear.
I should point out I'm a huge
Says
Elder Scrolls
Boom's
fan as well.
grandma used to be big into explosions too.
Play like Elder Scrolls Online and all
Blasted
that sort
right
of stuff as
past her
well.
now, though.
And just the lore behind the Elder Scrolls is
Hopes you
wonderful.
get Boom to disarm too.
Really into that sort of stuff.
Hates the fact that they can't sleep with the monstrous fluff hulk roaming about. The beast comes roaming around day and night and they can't get any shut-eye time. Believes
That's what I
the
mean.
less
So you have to
hulks
wait
in
for
this
them to
world,
speak
the
and then the
better.
translator
Doesn't
comes
matter
in.
what kind. Says the earth shakes when the Hulk stomps by. You sleep through that. Hulks aren't easy to end, but really, all it takes is putting loads of holes in them.
It does matter a lot.
You're the only one with a prayer against that monstrous fluff Hulk. Says they...
Let's just take these quests. Now, there was a couple of people who had markers above their head, so this must be a trader.
The vendor says you can browse his goods anytime during a...
Now, the last couple have done this as well, where there's nothing that to sell, but we can sell our stuff to them, but I don't know what's safe to sell. Like, we've got screws and stuff, but I don't want to sell something that's going to be useful to perhaps disassemble or use, so I'm kind of
The dark's good for sneaking up
remaining
on
a little bit
things.
timid as to what I do on that front. Deliver wood to the village. Okay, so we are here. Another game series I love, which I don't think gets enough care, is the Just Cause series. I absolutely love them games. And the third one was... I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Then the fourth one just went backwards. The game mechanics are great, but the graphics
Argues that
and
it's hard to know what's
direction it
happening.
went in,
The world is crumbling so fast.
compared to the third one, it was a backward
One
step,
person who
and
might
I was
know
gutted.
better is that bookworm Saul.
But I think they're trying to make it more compatible with consoles, so
He likes his alone time though, and wanders in the cluppy dunes to get it. Thinks you should look for the books first. Books in cluppy dunes might be an even better bet. Figures no one will bother him there. Can't say he's all that wrong about that.
So let's pick up all the quests that we can. Let's just help build this place back up. There's obviously a couple of titles that are set to come out in the future, which I'm really excited for as well. For example, Elder Scrolls 6, whenever that's going to be. That might be a while away yet. Starfield, which I think got announced as delayed recently. To at least, was it 2022? Was it 23? It was one of the two. So we've got to wait for that one a little bit longer.
Not sure why they're having so much trouble, but it's a
The
real
new God of
problem.
War, which I think is this year. But I need a PS5 first. That's the tough part. Trying to find somewhere that's selling them. But I think by the end of the year I'll have one, so just have to remain patient.
Heard they banged on pots, shook them, screamed at them. Nothing worked. Says to head out that way, and you should find the friend. They can show you the sleepers. You might have to do more than shout at them. They're down hard. Without your help, though, they'll probably sleep themselves dead. Says that seems about right.
Great. So we're picking up lots of quests, but as I say, because they all appear on the map at the same time, that makes things so much easier. Find a friend who needs help waking up his group. Can we track it? It doesn't say it's here. I quite like how the map's like an actual top-down view, so you get like the graphical effects on it as well. That's another nice little touch. I definitely don't think this game's a 68, which the last count I saw was 68, and that was
not capable enough yet.
Reflecting the score that I would give this game in the slightest. I've had enough fun already for it to be at least an indie, as I said before. The wind can get stronger
here due to the surf. Let's see.
So, we've got a fast travel system. Any yellow point I can travel to. All of this zone is in this weird oxygen like sort of deprivated area, so if I try and go there I need to be in the mech suit to be able to survive. Problem with that is the mech suit I think is only usable in that area, but obviously there's certain things that I need to do whilst I'm there to be able to do it. Now I've got loads of side quests, like I should have all these on my map, right? Now it was showing them before, but now I can't see any, so LT, all quests, perfect, there we go. Right, so with a push of a button we've got them back. Googlide, rec box is found. Let's track this one because it's right next to where we are, and we can summon our man. PS6, that would be pretty phenomenal. Honestly though, the PS5, like obviously the console generations have typically gone base release and then like a pro model, maybe a slimline model, and eventually then the next generation. Given the demand for the PS5 and given the demand for the Xbox One X, I don't see that changing. Like, I don't see them rushing to make a new model of the PlayStation until the demand for the current model has died down, and I don't think that's going to be the case for a while. I mean, look at the Switch. The Switch haven't released a Pro model yet because there's still so much demand for the main one. I don't think we're a million miles away from a Switch Pro, but they've had so much time to play with because people have been buying Switches so frequently. And when the PS5 and the Xbox One X weren't available, people were getting Switches instead. And Nintendo have benefited hugely from that sale, so it might be a while till we'll see the big hitters start making alternate versions of the consoles. I mean, PS5 Pro is going to have to be really good. I mean, the Xbox One X is the most powerful console, but still, you see games performing on the PS5 better, so I don't know what's going on behind the scenes with that. there must be
Just makes you want to
something
lie
that's a little
down
bit more
on the
difficult to
sand.
get right on the Xbox One X, and maybe that'll be something that's addressed in a future console, so we'll have to wait and see. But either way, as a consumer, it gives us something to look forward to having to play around with in the future. Right, so I'll explain combat. You get these special abilities. Enemies tend to be quite tough. You've got a mana meter, or a key meter, which is the blue meter below the health. And as you can see, this special attack is using that blue meter to attack the enemy. This specific attack keeps going till you've run out of key, which I've just done. So now I'm just going to attack the enemy a bit. You've also got a gun, and you can use that gun whenever you want, but it tends to be quite weak compared to the melee weapons. You can see I'm not doing a whole lot of damage, but if I get close and use my gun... so here's my gun. Now I'll get close and use my melee. You see, I'm doing like 300 damage a hit, or 126 but still. So you can see I got the enemy down a lot quicker when I was using my melee abilities. And I'm a class that's meant to utilise both, so the incentive is to probably try and hack and slash as much as you can. But that's the combat. It is fun. It's hack and slash. I tend to favour hack and slash over turn-based, so I'm fine with that. Now, what is this tower? Can I destroy it?
There's some blasty plants up ahead.
Looks like I can. Perfect. Yeah, and like the PS5 is great. I've got a PS5 controller that I'm currently not using because the game, I think, wasn't detecting it, even though I've bought this on Steam. It just wasn't working. Now, the PS5 controller, I had my first experience of the haptic triggers working on Metro Exodus the other day, because they just introduced it on the PC version. So I can see that gimmick, and it is a really fun gimmick, so I'd like to see more of that in games, and it'd be fun to see how other games utilise that. But for now, I'm using just a standard 360 controller because that's all the game recognises. So, anyways, we have... I think we've still got a quest over here, so let's head back. And yeah, I've had a sufficient amount of fun in this already to say that it's definitely a game that suits my sort of needs as a gamer. Open world, fun hack and slash combat, absolutely stunning. And the initial worries I had about FPS have been resolved, so we'll see what the hotfixes introduce. I know people are still having problems with various things, so hopefully the hotfixes fix that for the people that are having them problems. But thankfully the FPS issue that I faced in my first live streaming session seem to have resolved themselves, so all good for that. Right, I found this hollow. Now how do I get through? I can't shoot at it. Journal. Oh, hang on. Upwards. Right. Okay. Can I summon this? I can.
No one can swim this fast.
Ah, here we go. And then spam this. Perfect. Just needed the mount to get through.
The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. The story
now, indoors is where I was facing problems before. My computer started screaming at me. The FPS would plummet. So hopefully we're not going to experience that now, but we'll see. I don't know if it's just like when you've got your own lighting that needs to be done. It just kind of goes, whoa. Each port has a positive or a negative value. These values can be seen above and below the port. To successfully complete the puzzle, connect the cables so that they add up to the amount shown at the bottom of the screen, which is 4. Right? Or is it the 6? Because that'll be 4. No, it's now 5. So can I just connect this to a 2? Oh wait, hang on. Connect that one to there. There we go. That was obviously just an intro. I'm guessing they get harder as the game goes along. There was a one before which I had to literally just hit one switch and it unlocked the door. I was like, oh, okay. Definitely just the tutorial. You don't get like a loot vision or anything like that in here. You've already got the pinpoints shown on your screen, so ultimately you just have to work with that, which is fine. Gives you confidence that you won't miss anything as long as the points are on the screen. I don't know if the loot is set or if it's random. I get the impression it's set at least in some places, but maybe not all. Because we've got a rare item here, but I need... You can say it's a downgrade because I get extra health and energy regen, but I lose 4% critical chance. And I lose 2 armor, so I'm going to take it, but not equip it. But if I equipped it, one of the things that I really like is my character would have had that hat on in the way it looked on the picture. So it's a really nice little feature. I like when games make an effort to make the gear actually show up on the character. Okay, so we've done that. So I want to re-equip none of them. Main hand, and then
for when you're committed to cutting.
Right, so I need to catch things now. I got given a net before. He's not going to fit in the net. He's far too big. I'm missing him with everything. Now there are various bosses in this game, but the bosses seem to be mini-bosses so far, but there are World Eaters, which I'm yet to face, and that's kind of what the game's building up to. Now, if anyone's played Breath of the Wild, the World Eaters seem to be similar to the enemies, or the main bosses that are in that game, and then we'll have a final boss to take on at the end. So, we've got 4 on each corner of the map. As in one in each corner of the map, and 4 in total. And then these guys are just typical sort of mini bosses kind of thing.
This is turning out to be quite an expedition.
Indeed. Right, okay, can I loot this? Looks like a lootable. No? Okay. Right. It's saying to go that way. I'm a bit conscious that we've got a loot chest here. Yeah, I've been putting points into loot, and I think I'm at... Let's have a quick look. My luck's at 40, so you can see I've been prioritising it above a lot of things, so my loot chance is plus 10%. It's one of the things I've been upgrading the most, like that alongside with strength. Are the 2 main things I've been focusing on, because nothing seems to be really impacting my guns, but luck actually does, because the critical chance goes up as well, which is important. Now we're catching rubber duckies.
That's the good stuff.
And the final one, there we go. So I think that's all the objectives here. I mean, there's a crate full there. That would be nicer. Right, now it's asking us to use this.
Don't need to aim much when you can fire this many bullets.
So we've got a new gun. Bullet Spino Projector. I'm going with that. doesn't seem to be as good as what we've already got. But let's equip it and try it first before I make any final decisions. Right, this is hot like gold, so we know this is good. This is a mod for a weapon, so when we craft, you can actually change parts of a weapon, which is a nice little touch. Now, always loot this stuff, because that gives you abilities, but the last one cost me 6, so 2 isn't too great. Sprinkle Smick Sharper, a new melee weapon. Attack speed goes way up, critical chance also goes way up, but the armor PS goes down, the add-ons goes down. And if you look at the damage is really poor. So I'm just going to take it and not equip it.
You need to line up the switches so they match.
This one's super easy. You just need to line these up. So
just a few moves left. Make them count.
That goes to there. That goes to there.
Bristles like
Oh,
the hair
apparently not.
of one electrified. You need
I say they're
line
easy,
up
and
the
then
switches
I get
so
electrocuted,
they match.
so that came back to bite me. That's there. That's there. That's there. And then that's there. I think that's good. Yeah, cool. That's how they're heading.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
So let's head out. Now, in the bottom left, it says I've done everything here, so no reason to hang about. We'll take that. Every moddable thing that we're either gathering or equipping or whatever, we can save for a later time. So let's get back on here. And then the objective is back outside, so let's head on out. Let's head round. Last thing I want to do is to reach another area that we need to cross by water. Looks like that was a good call. You can see the true colours of the game now. It's very, very pretty. So Marcel, would you say that Fallout 3 is your number one game, if you had to pick one? Or would you say that it's just one of the ones that's up there? Because I know it's always a tricky question, but there has to only be one at the top.
Ready to live at your own speed.
Can't quite get up there. Right, we're going to need to go around. And then we can just drop down here. I don't think fall damage is a thing in this game, so it's always a positive thing to have. There can only be one. That is absolutely right.
That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. So, says...
Great. So we've got the next objective, and if we've got a map, I've asked it specifically to show us everything. So there's an objective here, and that's to upgrade the water thing. Porcupine is the main thing to kill, so we need to get all of the crates before we do that. Right, let's go for this one. And is there a fast travel? There is, just here. So we'll fast travel to there. Just while I fast travel, just going to take a very quick break. Just going to grab a drink of water, and I'll be back in less than a minute. So I'll see you very shortly. Right, and we are back. Right, I am fully refreshed. The game seems to have tanked a wee bit. Let's see if I can... There we go. I think it's getting back to normal now. Right, back to that. I'll certainly take that. Go. Right. Now, the set quest. Let me just go to my map. I thought we had a one closer. What was the objective here? I mean, this one seems to be the closest, but it's just about the fry sparkers. So let's head across. I'm not sure why the FPS is halved. I'm hoping that sorts itself out. Don't know if I need to maybe close something. Not Steam. Right, hopefully it'll kick back in. Anyways, so we're gonna head through to this other waypoint. Thanks for tuning in, Marcel. As always, much appreciate your involvement in the stream. Have a very lovely nap, and we'll no doubt catch up very soon. I think tomorrow it's going to be more than likely Dio that takes over the streaming duties, and I'll be back on Friday. I might do a late stream tomorrow, but we'll have to see because I'm going to be out for most of the day. So we'll see how things go. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of the next couple of days, and I will catch you when I catch you. This looks breakable. Why isn't this glove working? Apparently, oh, level 2 needed. Right, okay, not to worry. But no, thanks again, Marcel. I'll catch you soon. Look at why the FPS has really, really dropped. It was ever since I paused the stream, it's just like halved. It's weird.
Hit a crossway. Decisions.
Wonder if setting this windowed and then does that fix it? Nope. And then go back to full screen. Maybe that'll re-trigger the sort of max settings. So video, full screen, turn that off. Set. There we go. Right back to normal. So there we go. There's a fix for anybody who's having FPS issues. Go windowed and then go full screen, and apparently everything gets better. So yeah, let's take this.
Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work.
Certainly will. Okay, so this needs to point that way. This needs to point that way.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Oh, hang on. There we go. Is that not it? Yeah, there we go. Now, what's in the microwave? That's the question.
It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom! You got something. It's
Right.
not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away.
Maybe I found that fix as well.
found
That's going to make a big, big
There's a
difference when we
thingamajig broke
encounter
somewhere in
FPS
there.
drops down the road.
Let's see.
Right, so now we've got another place discovered. If we zoom out, we're still in our territory, which is good.
There's a lot on the line here.
There's a bad guy here, though.
Get on.
Interesting, taken down. Now, whatever I've got equipped gun-wise, the fire rate is brilliant. Much better than the previous one. Right, okay, so let's use a special ability on him. So we'll get all these sparks on him. Give him something to think about. There we go. And we're still very much at the start of the game as well. I mean,
A smartphone would be
to be fair, the tutorial lasted like an hour, and then after the tutorial there was another tutorial, and it was like, oh, you kidding me? And then since then, it really has opened up a lot. So once you press through them first 2 hours, and you get your FPS sorted, things are much, much better. Okie dokie. We've got a bad guy territory here and here. We've also got a quest marker here. That's just for a notice board. So I'm tempted to take on this stronghold. So to do that, I'm going to summon my mount, and then we'll head round. There's my mount there. And let's go and head through to take over this trade post. Now, we're at a fork in the road. Let's go left. Now, we got a quest really early doors to get this mount sorted, so we're in a cold zone now for the first time.
It's a cold zone.
So we
Even
need
a
to keep
thick
going.
coat of
Hopefully we
fur
can
is
get
enough to keep you
through to the
warm.
other side quite quickly. I'm assuming we can just go up here and be out of it. It's my first time in a cold zone as well. It's my first time seeing it. So we're taking damage now, heavily. Oh. Right, we're probably going to need to fast travel because that was disastrous. So, good to know though. I don't know even, like, I can't even remember seeing snow on the map, so interesting to know that there was snow in the way. We're trying to get this way, so that's the cold bit there. Now, do I have a fast travel point? I've got one here. Might be able to get somewhere from there, but we'll see. And we'll remount on our goat. There he is.
Part of this ride is it
Magnificent
runs
beast.
on green stuff.
Right. Well, we survived, so I'll definitely see that as a win. Right, we've got another thing to destroy here, so I'll do that right now.
There's some scronky metal scrap for you.
There we go. You a good guy or a bad guy? Oh, a bad guy. Oh, it wasn't even him, it was this thing here. Let's take him on though. You can have these. Lots of pretty colours.
Gamma burst.
It's soft. So, go to poison him. We'll see how much damage this does. Managed to get a good dodge in there. And there we go, he's dead. Now, loot wise, can't see anything that's popped up, so don't know if I got anything or not. Where's my goat? There he is. Doesn't look like a goat, but if that's what the game calls them, that's what I'll call them.
It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The note is done for unless you intervene.
Well, I'll do that. Meteor roams around the world preying on wildlife of the world. You need to stand your ground and protect the note and fend off the meat eater. Well, let me do that for you right now. Let's give you some poison. Just keep shooting. Right, you can have these.
Not gonna happen with your key energy level. Baked.
Does so much damage when you actually get it. Like, it's called Hidden Slam. When you get it, it really does a lot of damage. So there it is there. You can see there, like, it's already knocked him down to a phase where he's having to individually engage. Oh, is this my new mount? Ah.
Don't trip
Yeah,
it.
new mount.
Just keep
Cool.
moving.
I don't know if it's quicker, but it's good to know I've got multiple mounts. We can level up as well. Let's do that. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for luck again, just to get my critical chance
That
up
ain't
a bit.
bad.
We've got 3 bio points, 1 side point, and 1 upgrade point. The the upgrades I've pretty much already maxed out. Okay, we'll buy that one, just so we've got an extra thing, but that's for automatic rifles, which I think I've still got equipped. Just skip these little grunts that are on the ground. Get up. Up you pop. There we go. This guy looks much more like a goat than the previous thing that got called a goat. And then we should hit this outpost, which I think we can take over if we just approach the gate. Which is round here. Right, cool.
The Scanaptrut outpost.
Let's
the
get the
tribe first nested here
fast travel point.
Let's see.
There we go. That's that captured, and now we can take it on. Take on. I think we can. This is pointing to down here though, so maybe there's another infiltration point. Yes, there is. Hello.
Says they've been waiting for you to help them liberate the... Just keep going while you can, and don't stop until all outposts are under your control.
Sounds good.
Says scouts spotted a moth nest close to the outpost. If you destroy that, the moths should infest the place, looking for a new home. That's the idea. If everything works out as planned, the moths should cause a buzzing tumult.
Well, I'm game for that. Okay, stir up the moth nest. I was ready just to go in through the main entrance, but apparently I can just stir up a hassle here. I'll do that.
Metal.
Hidden slam. I don't know what he's called. Fire.
Slammer. In flames.
There we go. Right. And onwards we go.
It's a wild
Another wasp
sensation
nest.
to be
Let's
away
get this
from the
one
open air.
used up. There we go. Oh, we've got a big dude here. Let's poison him. And use this one.
Great shot.
Go, he's down. And the next one. Sorted. We're smashing this. We're absolutely smashing it. Right. Now we have... I'm guessing at least one more chamber. Yeah.
Get out. Bang bang.
Let's get these guys out. Let them do their thing.
Right between the eyes.
Or nuts. Melee just seems to be the way. Like, honestly, the amount of damage that you seem to do with it, and you can hit multiple enemies, it just seems to be the one target. And the classes that you had at the start of the game, there were some that were just completely melee focused. This one was like a mixture of both. So one that seem to only focus guns. I'd be curious to know just how much that gun class relies on melee as well. Because obviously, like games like Borderlands, they are basically just guns. And to have a balance between them both would be great. Because there's a lot of fun to be had when you get one of them right. Nice to break through these things with something else other than this fist as well, because I'm kind of forced to equip it because of these walls. I mean, it's a good melee weapon, but it'd be nice to be able to just hack through it with the sword as well. Right, anyways, we're through it next
There
one.
go the moths toward the outpost. They're good and mad. The outpost belongs to your tribe now.
That was easy. Just had to get the moths out.
He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
You're welcome. So the shops have been pretty lackluster so far, but maybe because we're getting more and more outposts, they might improve. So we'll have a gander and see if they're any better.
Flattering.
Oh, tribe gear.
He says you did a great job capturing the rival second outpost. Believes you'll make them all proud too.
Well, I'm seemingly wearing your gear. I've just kind of equipped it straight away. Is it better? Torso? No. My pads are much better. Put them back on. I know this might be an insult to the like way of life, but my armor was way better than what they've just given me. Legs. The legs are fine. Offhand, fine. Main hand is my... I want to get this swatter back, please. Right shoulder. That's fine. Left shoulder. Nothing. Let's get the bike pad equipped. Head. We've got... The headpiece is actually good, although that... Oh, I need level 30 for that. Okay. No, the headpiece is fine. I'm back. Still not got a back piece. That's okay. Well, we're looking more like them. So, we've at least got some of this stuff equipped. Right. Now, where were the shops? I'm going to have a look around the shops. Maybe through here, if not. I'm sure we can... Oh, here we go. This looks like a market. Yeah, I think this is it. Although none of them have... Oh, here we go. Leaves. Here we are. Hello. I'd like to trade, please.
Says you came.
Still nothing. Like, there's nothing he's selling. I can only sell to him. They sound to me like things I can sell, so I'm going to sell these. Yeah.
A good deal all around.
In the green. Not quite sure what that is, but okay.
Offers you extraordinary...
Let me guess, nothing.
Wonders why you're in. Look and see what you might need.
Aha, you need to click the menu to show the thing. Right, okay, so I've just been doing this entirely wrong. And that mount looks really cool, by the way. Oh, I'm on a rope. Is that... I'm guessing they're crafting things up there. Because we found a crafter before, and he was on a balloon, so... Must be it. Hello, sir. I'd like to barter. Yeah, so you need to click them. Oh, God. I've missed a lot of stuff because I didn't realise you had to do this. Twiddle. I don't know how that compares to what I've got at the moment. I'm guessing not insanely. If we go to inventory, main hand. So that's my sword, but if I go to inspect, nope. No, I need a craft box. Right, so to get the craft in, let's jump on this balloon. I think the craft tables are up here. Yep, they certainly are. So let's interact with this one first. Right, so these are the two I've got, but this is a medium weapon, and this is a heavy weapon. See, the speed's different, but the damage is way different. And that's only a one-hander. That's two-hander. So ideally I'd need either two one-handers, like a weapon and a shield, or two one-handers before I start equipping that. So for now, let's have a look at this one. Now, this is where this gets interesting. As far as I was aware, I would be able to change the parts of the weapon.
Your cache of scrap is not quite there yet.
Not quite letting me do that. Let's try this one. This is for gear.
Good for protecting your noggin.
Again, it needs all this other stuff at the bottom. There was a system I had before that allowed me to change the parts of my weapon. Craft. Modify. There we go. This is exactly what I was referring to. So, I can change the handle to be something else. And look, this is a direct upgrade to that. Now, the crafting cost does occur. So I need more leaves to be able to do that, and more logs and stuff. But each part is adjustable, which is really cool. So I can build that if I wanted to. I could build that if I wanted to. So base type, they're my three choices. But we'll keep the Grutide right now. Screw. Screw just increases the damage. The armor PS goes up by quite a significant amount. But look, it costs. Them pieces at the bottom seem to be really crucial, so I'm not keen on spending that on a screw. I'd rather save that until I've got like a worthwhile weapon to do that on. So anyways, that's the crafting system. We've talked to him already. Let's head through here. We've got something to loot over here, so we can do that just now. Oh, we got a side point for that. That's good to know. These should open. Yep. And that's the point we were at. So let's head to this waypoint now and take it on. Got our new mount. We've immediately got something to take down here. I don't think you can do it from the mount. No, you can't. Right, let's just hack this down.
Found some e-waste. Worthwhile.
There we go. So we've got some e-waste, whatever that is. We just need to head up here. Got another tower here that we can take on, so let's go ahead and do so.
You can never have too much scrap, plastic or otherwise.
I'm not quite sure if that's the part of the bottom bar stuff or if that's different. But either way, there's no harm in collecting it, because at least we've got it then. And again, we've got something else over here. So a lot of these towers.
Look at that metal scrap over there.
The only other description of clink I know is jail, like on The Office when he goes, he's in the clink. I think I spelled with a C rather than a K. So
this is nothing.
Guess not the same
there
thing.
in the little blimp.
We have a new location, so let's
Stories keep moving whether you
interact with
drive
this.
them or not. Let's see.
I'm Prison Mike. Oh, we're discovering more and more of the map, so that's good.
Peddler is eager for you.
So melee, that's what we do. We've not got a lot of money though. Now, can I sell stuff to you? Because I've probably got stuff I don't need. I don't know if that's good yet. Might be. I don't want to sell something that's better than what I've got. This is a tricky one. 85. I don't know. I think we're too early in the game to know what's good and what's bad. And we'll hit a point where we're like, right, that's definitely sellable. Mount, where are you? Just called you. Oh, there you are. Hello. Up we go. Okay, so we'll just ride down to here. I'm not sure if there's a difference between the mounts. They seem to be the same speed, just perhaps different aesthetics. But I've got no complaints about getting more mounts. That's absolutely fine. Now you get like a very brief look at the scenery as we brush past it. Again, the colours in this game are really, really nice. Really good. Really, really dig the aesthetic. It's like a post-apocalyptic, colourful environment. It's like Fallout 4, but with like deep, deep colour. Right, here we go. So, first of all, we've got a tower to destroy. I will do that right now.
Destiny. Destruction or survival. Erfidurf outpost.
Rubby.
The Jagni tribe claimed this forever.
Okay, so we should have a fast travel point around here. Yep. And then we have a fortress to capture. Cool. Let's approach the gate and interact. Looks like this is going to be a much more direct one. Don't think it's the guy that's been bullying me. I think it's just some other dude.
He didn't expect his tribe to lose as it's their last line of defense.
Oh, hello.
Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender.
Definitely bigger than the previous dudes. And level 14. Great. Oh, we've got some helpers though. Saunders, little helpers. Oh, he does that. That does a quarter of my health in. Let's dodge attack. Okay, so he's capable of doing damage. That's good to know. We've got to keep a distance from him. And then just use maybe these. They don't do a lot of damage each, but I think they all stack up. Like a full stack of them. It doesn't look like they're doing a lot of damage at once, but if you give it time, I think they are good. Let me reload. And you'll see that my key bar, I think it is almost full again. So let's just fire this poison thing at him. See how much that does. I'll even now use this. So it's poison plus this. Let's try and do some hacking. Right, we've done that. Now back off. And that should be enough. I think if I just use these now, we should get them down. Yeah, there we go.
The outpost belongs to your tribe now.
That's all we had to do. So that's an extra area covered. We're about halfway up to that.
He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
You're welcome. Oh, post shops are open. Well, we've already explored them stuff.
Thinks you did a great job capturing the rivals.
But my quest is to just basically get these side things done. So find the muzzle squeezer. Let's do that right now because it's outside. It says it's that way. Now, we get out. I'm actually not 100% sure which way to go. We kind of came in the main entrance, but I don't know if that was this way. It doesn't look like it's giving us that option. Right, map. Let me just fast travel to here. Yeah. That'll take us outside, and then when we're outside, yeah, there we go. We can now just mount up.
Don't distract this beastie. It's working.
Oh, there's a nice view. An idea of the scale. Sorry, go. Just one more. I know. There we are. Okay, we've got something here, a shrine of sorts, so let's interact with it and see what it does. Oh, we've got another side point. Right, let's jump into our side point menu, which I believe is here. Psi powers, that's exactly it. So we can get Blaze, but feel compelled to save up for freeze. Another 3 for that. I'm guessing you start getting more later game because I mean this one cost 18, but does big damage. Let's save up for freeze. So we need 6 for that one. Cool to know that you can get them from them little points though, so I'll keep an eye out for them. And in the meanwhile, head to this mini quest or side quest. It's getting a bit darker now as well, so that means that the night is incoming. Don't know what difference that makes enemy-wise, but we should be okay.
This is called Suburbia, a place to get away from the city stink.
Well, I'm here now. Let's open up the oven. What's in there? A pipe shaper. I'll take it. I need more of the leaves. I need to work out a sufficient method to get more leaves. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Okay. See, now I need to equip my glove.
Don't flinch away from us. It's
Oh,
your
but it's not
moment.
working now?
You need
But that looks
to
destroyable.
focus.
And it even has like a thing to suggest that it is destroyable, but when you use it, it doesn't work. Strange. Let's go back to this plate, please.
That muscles. Go grab the bar and start squeezing those muscles.
A mini game for weightlifting. Seriously? Okay. I mean, who might have questioned the game?
That off? Feeling pumped up.
There we go. Apparently that's a thing. As if it was that easy. Right. Anything upstairs? No, I don't think so. Right, that's fine. We can move on. Where are you? There you are. Right, so I think we've done the first part of... This says here, Suburbia. There's 4 resource totems, 4 superb loot, 1 ultimate ranged weapon, 4 old world gadgets, and 1 underground area in this little tiny town. I mean, I'm willing to have a run around. I have leveled up. Fantastic.
Close encounter.
Done and done. Okay, so
Heroes
over
are
here. Let's
only heroes
go and have a
for
look.
others, but they do the work, or they're heroes to no one.
Another
Metal
tower
scrap,
to
great for
take
making
down.
tough things. That'll come in handy.
Just not really affecting the bottom left menu though. Right, okay, let's loot this.
That's a Terra Globus from the back in time, an atlas mapper that unearths ground range. You need to swivel the Globus's
Oh, I've not
bearings
seen this
to
before.
get the atlas mapper to work.
There's a lot of different puzzles in this. I thought, like, see, when the game first started, I was literally like, the puzzles were so easy. I was like, oh, this is going to be one of them really simple
Just a few moves left.
puzzle
Make them
games,
count.
but this is a bit more involved. Try it
You
again.
need to swivel the Globus's bearings.
So this, I'm guessing, needs to be there. Oh wait, no. Yeah, and then the world rotated. Now, how do you rotate the world?
You need to swivel the Globus's bearings.
Okay, let's try moving this so that it's just... How do I get this just to turn? Right, like that.
You need to swivel the Globus's bearings.
Right, okay. It's for the globe, and then this is for this. But now we need the globe. Aha, there we go. That was a bit more involved than the previous puzzles, but at least we solved how to do it. Let's go down.
You can't really
Let's go.
understand your story till it's done.
This narrator has a lot of lines, by the way. I don't think I've entered a single building where he's not talked. And thankfully, the voice actor's good, but there's a lot of vocal.
Looks like some solid wood scrap there.
Oh, planks. Yeah, these are definitely the trade materials. That's great. How did I miss that? Right, okay. Got another level as well, which is good.
You always find good use for things like that.
Hope so. Like, the stuff was quite expensive that we were seeing in the town. Alright, there's a thing for barter right there. So that should hopefully give us more reasonable prices. But we'll see. Now, I'm just exploring this place as if there's something else to it. Hopefully there is. Because the menu that was in the bottom left kind of suggested that there was a lot to see here, but I don't want to miss anything. I'll take that. Didn't update the menu. I got a map. Yeah, you can still see. Resource totem, another 2. Superb loot. I've got 4 to find here. I don't know where they are. So let's just explore each sort of home. And hopefully we'll find something. We've done this puzzle. So we've been here, been down there. So let's move to the next house along.
It's flat out black out there.
Certainly is. Right. Well, this place looks as good as gone, but there's something here. That's the same as what I've got, I think. On one of my other weapons. Nothing downstairs, right? Okay. It's really nice playing this with a better frame rate, by the way. Like, honestly, when I was at that low frame rate in the first stream, there was no way I could have made it past that first section at like 20 FPS. It was just so difficult. But getting that resolved has allowed me to keep playing, so thankfully here we are. Although I'm not quite sure where this superb loot it's referring to is found. Hopefully it'll present itself in like a cave or something. There's something over here, so let's go and grab this. Right, we've got some stuff here.
Seems like the tighteners on
Another
the
puzzle.
piping need to be
Right,
unturned
this one should be
correctly
easier.
to drain the flush stool.
Should be easier. Okay, so this one here needs to be that way. Don't know if that's sufficient or if it needs to be fully facing that way. That should be enough. Now, I'm not quite sure what I need to change here. So, these are both facing the orange. Is that not?
Just a few moves left.
There we go.
Make them
Right,
count.
okay, so just need to be directly down. Now we know.
That's the kind of trouble you really
Legendary.
want to wash away.
What level's that? Oh, I can equip it right now. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'll do that right now. Wow. That's a legendary piece of gear. Just from a toilet. Sure. No problem. I'll take that. We've got a fridge to explore. Not as good. We'll just take it. Thank you. Oh, hello. Bong. Off he goes. Oh, another one's joined the party. I'm looking forward to getting some better magical abilities.
Swoon.
Hello. You're one of me. I don't know if I've seen one of like my own kind, like out in the wild, but apparently so now. Well, let's see you take them down. Got some guys here. You're the poison.
Sharp steel. You're on the ropes.
Okay, health time. Health, health, health. There is a way to parry, but something it doesn't. Oh, shoot. Shoot. Right, let's... No, health patch is what I meant. Well, at least we can see what the incendiary rounds do. Set them on fire, so they did what it says on the tin, pretty much. Interact. We got something from him. Not quite sure what, but we got something.
That's not mist in the air.
Okay. I know. I don't know if I've been to this house before. Like, they're all destroyed, so it's really difficult to tell them apart. Like, am I going around in circles, or am I making progress? I've done this globe puzzle, so I'm definitely going in circles. Right, this way. This way looks good. Looks promising. Okay, in here. What do we have down here? Square root of nothing. Okie dokie. Right, up and out and through. And again, nothing. Okay, not to worry. There's a lot more in this town than there is. I'm assuming you have to go in the chemical plant, etc., etc. But then this is telling us to go out that way. Okay. Right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and save in a new slot, which we've done just there, and go ahead and close off there. I appreciate it's late at night, so I'd much rather save off the stream there and pick back up maybe tomorrow evening or Friday when we've got a bit more time to play with. But thank you to those who have tuned in. I really do appreciate you watching us through this, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It would really help us. We're in the early stages, so that'll be great. If you're watching this back and playback, thank you for tuning in. Also, if you're tuning in on Twitch, don't forget to follow, and we will be back tomorrow. I think Dio is doing a stream tomorrow, so you can look forward to that. Otherwise, I'll be back in the very near future to do further playthroughs, most likely of this, let's face it, from this point, and moving from there. So thank you very much for tuning in. I've been Sonder. Have a great night. Thank you. Bye bye.